I just had rotator cuff surgery on my involved arm, so why does my good shoulder hurt? Several months ago, I had significant pain in my right involved shoulder, especially when I lifted it over my head. If you've been following the channel, you know I eventually opted for surgery. I was so used to intense pain before surgery, the pain after surgery wasn't nearly as bad. The weeks passed and I started noticing pain in my left good shoulder when I was doing normal things like pulling a blanket over myself, raising a heavier pillow, and doing things overhead as a few examples. Why would a good shoulder start hurting after surgery? Before surgery, we're used to doing everything with 2 hands, arms, and shoulders. But after surgery, we're using 1 arm to do everything. That puts a lot bigger load and more stress on that good shoulder, which isn't something we even think about. We're just trying to function with 1 arm in order to protect our repair. Some of us may not even feel pain in our good shoulder prior to surgery because we've had so much pain in our other shoulder. That's me. After surgery, eventually we'll get to a point where we have less pain in that involved shoulder, so any pain in the good shoulder becomes way more noticeable. If we feel pain, does that mean we need to have surgery on our good shoulder as well? I sure as heck hope not. So how do we resolve pain without surgery? We all know strengthening the rotator cuff on our involved shoulder is necessary after surgery, but few think about strengthening their good shoulder while in recovery. We're already committed to doing therapy several times a week on our involved shoulder, so why not use that same time to work on both shoulders? We can easily give that good shoulder a tune-up in the same time it takes to work on our involved shoulder. To do that, we need to find the right movements and tools to work both shoulders simultaneously. But what about single arm movements where we're resting between sets? Instead of doing nothing during rest periods, do the same movement for the good shoulder. The involved shoulder is working while the good shoulder is resting, and the good shoulder is working while the involved shoulder is resting. What are some movements that work well for both shoulders in this stage of recovery? On week 17, I focused on strengthening both shoulders simultaneously with some new and familiar movements. Rows, pull downs with internal rotation, reverse flies, 90-90s, scaption, incline plus, and victory. I used a load that allowed me to target 3 sets of 15 reps on each movement, with my primary focus being good technique. Working both shoulders simultaneously took no additional time at all. For single arm movements like external rotations, I did 15 reps on my involved side and moved directly into doing 15 reps on my good side for a total of 3 sets. This rotation provided a proper rest period for each side, while the other side is working, requiring no additional time for therapy. Take a quick break before moving from one movement to the next. I used the same concept and rep scheme on overhead press with external rotation, shoulder depressions, bicep curls, and tricep extensions. For timed movements, like ball on wall, I spent 45 seconds on each side, back to back, for a total of 3 sets. When you only have one arm to use, be mindful of the additional stress you may be putting on it. If you're already doing therapy, use your time efficiently and get both of those shoulders healthy at the same time. These concepts will help give you a much better chance to keep that good shoulder away from your surgeon. One shoulder surgery is more than enough for a lifetime. If the content has been helpful to you, or you think it'll be helpful to others, like and subscribe. It helps get this information out to those who need it. That's all I've got for you. See you soon.